What's up, guys? Welcome to Money Talk, the #1 news source, the #1 information source, and the #1 entertainment source for everything and anything regarding the stock market, the financial world, and the crypto universe. Who said we're #1? I did, alright? If all real estate agents can be #1 real estate agents in the world, Money Talk can also be the #1 news channel, #1 information channel, and #1 entertainment channel for the stock market. Alright, guys? Just if you believe it, you can achieve it, alright? So today, guys, we're going to be talking about Netlist, right? We're going to be giving you guys an update on the lawsuit, right? I'm going to be giving you guys an overlook on whether or not I believe and whether or not other professional lawyers actually believe if Netlist has a chance of actually winning this lawsuit against one of the biggest companies in the world, Google. All right, guys, and we're also going to be talking about why the stock price is down this week and what's been going on with so much volatility in the market and much more. Now, before we get started, guys, I have a quick favor to ask you guys, okay? So if you're watching this video on anything other than the YouTube app, there's going to be a button up there that says open an app, go to app, whatever it says. I want you guys to press on that. It'll take you directly to the YouTube app on your device, okay? Make the audio better, the video better, just your complete Money Talk experience a whole lot better. Now, with that being said, guys, let's get this video on Netlist started. So just an overview of what's happening, guys, regarding Google and Netlist. So many moons ago, Netlist went up to Google and they were like, look, we have this intellectual property that looks really cool, that is really useful, right? We have this thing that you guys could use, but you just got to pay us for it. How about that, Google? And Google was like, the thing that you're offering us is really cool, but should we pay you for it? No, we're just gonna steal it. All right, we're just gonna steal it. And so from there, right, they went ahead and took it. And about 3 or 4 years later, when the court ordered a general search over Google's intellectual property or Google systems, they found Netlist's intellectual property part of Google servers, right? Now, just to quote what's happening regarding, and since 10 years ago, Netlist and Google have been going back and forth, and finally we're getting close to an endpoint with the lawsuit, right? Now, to just put things in order, right, and give you guys a perspective of what the Netlist CEO thinks is happening, here's a quote from the Netlist CEO on the matter. So he says, this is CK Hong. He says, for 10 years, Netlist has steadfastly opposed Google's misguided campaign to invalidate the 912 patent, right? The 912 patent is the patent that Netlist has for the program that Google has stolen from them, allegedly. Don't sue me, Google. This video is ran by Google Ads. Please. All right. Anyways, so we are very pleased that in the end, the appellate court made it clear that the claims of this seminal patent are indeed valid, and in doing so further vindicate our decade-long defense of the company's strategic intellectual property. We will now move to lift the stay in the patent infringement lawsuit against Google in the U.S. District Court for the Northern District of California in order to cover the current and past damages related to 912 or 912 patents. Now, you guys may be wondering to yourself, how can Netlist, a small company, well, a huge company, but small compared to Google, I mean, Jesus Christ, what company is not small compared to Google, right, go against the megalodon Google is, right? The billionaire, the multi-billionaire, trillionaire, whatever that Google is. And how can they possibly afford to do so? And how can they ever expect to win? Well, here's why. Here's why the Netlist investors are very hopeful regarding what is going to go down in this court case. So where is this court case taking place in? It's in West Texas. All right, guys. Now, what does this matter? West Texas, Cowboys, whatever. All right. Well, what's up with that, Money Talk? What does that matter? Well, there was a huge success story, an underdog success story, right? Very much like Netlist is planning on doing, coming out of that court. Now, let's read this. So it says, a jury recently awarded plaintiff VSLI. VSLI is a small company, okay? VSLI is also something like Netlist. They're a small company. Technology LLC, one of the biggest patent verdicts in U.S. history against Intel Corp, over $2 billion. This large verdict is likely to lure plaintiffs seeking a big payday because it demonstrates how plaintiffs can win big in the district, right? So even this article is saying, look, this just shows, right? This just shows this is why a lot of big cases, right? A lot of people that are doing copyright infringement cases against huge companies want to be positioned in this court, right? And the thing is, guys, here's the thing, right? When you take a look back, right, and you understand how do lawyers work, how are lawyers' cases made, right? A lot of cases, over 90% of cases, are made piggybacking over other court orders, right? So for example, let's say for example, you and I go to court and I have maybe stabbed you, okay? This is just hypothetical, all right? I've hypothetically stabbed you and now we are in court and my lawyer is going against your lawyer, okay? Well, if last week the judge let someone off the hook for stabbing somebody, they can't just be like, this week I'm changing my mind. This week, people that get stabbed, people that stab people need to do life. No, right? No, because my lawyer can just easily recite what happened in the previous court case and be like, Your Honor, previously in the court case of, let's say, James versus Andy, right? James versus Andy, you let the plaintiff or defendant, I don't know which is which, guys, I'm sorry, okay? I'm thinking really fast right now. I'm giving you guys an example off the top of my head, right? You let the stabbing guy, James, go. So in this moment, you also need to base your decision based on the decisions that were previously made, right? So now you need to let money talk go, right? You need to let the defendant, money talk, go. Now, of course, like this isn't the whole thing, right? And every case isn't the same as the other one, but in a whole lot of cases, lawyers piggyback of what previously happened in previous lawsuits, right? Because that's why if you ever watch a movie or something, right, regarding like lawyers or something, right, they're always recalling to previous orders, right? They're like, oh, but Your Honor, in the case of Money Talk versus the People back in 2000, the judge ordered this. So what are you thinking, right? And the judge is kind of like, right? So that's why this is huge, guys. That's why VSLI being able to get a big payday from Intel is a great sign for Netlist. Now, before we get to estimating how much of a payday and how much Netlist is actually going to get paid from Google if they win, I have a quick favor to ask you guys, okay? And that is to smash the like button and also subscribe, guys. We are so close to 2,000 subscribers, guys. We are so close, and I will be so happy if we hit 2,000 subscribers by end of today. Now, with that being said, guys, let's talk about how much should Netlist investors expect from the lawsuit. Now, when it comes to how much Netlist is going to make, a lot of people like to make the comparison between the Intel Corp and the VSLI case, right? And they're like, look, VSLI made $2 billion, so we should expect somewhere between $2 billion and like maybe 3-ish, maybe if we get lucky, 4, 2, right? Something like that. But the truth is, guys, the VSLI case versus Intel is quite different from Netlist versus Google, right? Because Intel Corp wasn't accused of willful infringement, and they were actually accused of willful blindness, I think, or blindness to infringement or something like that, right? Basically, they didn't look into the fact that, look, are we stealing or are we not? Okay? And there wasn't any proof that they knew that they were willfully stealing. But guess what, guys? With Google, with a case that's been going on for 10 years, it's clear that Google knew exactly what they were doing, right? Google knew exactly they were taking money from, and they were taking intellectual property from Netlist. So I would assume that this case is going to be somewhere between, if Netlist wins, I would say somewhere between $10 billion to $15 billion, considering how long Google has been actually using Netlist's IP as well. Now, the question that comes to mind regarding Netlist is, why is Netlist down almost 20% in the past week, considering their financial earnings came out and their earnings report came out and they were actually not bad, all right, which we'll get to, okay? In fact, I'm making a complete video, guys, on their earnings report, which is coming out tomorrow, okay? So make sure you guys smash the subscribe button and ding that nice little bell, okay? Ding! Here, I'll give you guys a sound effect for it as you press it. You ready? 3, 2, 1. You missed that one? Again. 3, 2, 1. Ding! Thank you. All right, now that you guys have done that, let's talk about Netlist and why the stock price is down from my perspective. Alright guys, but before we get to that, I need to talk to you about something, okay? So we all know that the stock market and making money in the stock market is all about having an edge over other investors, okay? You need to know something that the other investors don't, alright? That's how you make money. That's how you get in early, and they buy late and they panic sell, while you sell at the top and they buy at the top and then they panic sell, is what I meant to say, okay? It's because you knew about something they didn't know about. Now there's oftentimes a lot of indicators, right? People use different indicators, moving averages, the VWAP, and etc. Okay, but one of the things that is very important, we know that the sentiment around the stock and the momentum around the stock and how many people are discussing the stock is very, very important, right? Because how much the stock is getting talked about sometimes, oftentimes, a lot of times directly correlates about the volatility of the stock and where the stock could be headed. Okay, now with that being said, what did we do? I didn't do anything, okay? But my partner Alex, okay, the brains of the operation, he's a computer science student, guys, and he basically built an algorithm that goes through the Wall Street Bets. Now, for those that don't know what Wall Street Bets is the biggest platform for investors, okay, guys? This is literally the biggest platform for investors, and it basically, with over 10.7 million followers on Reddit, okay, guys? These guys have dictated a whole lot of things, okay, from the AMC short squeeze, from the Robinhood price action, from the GME squeeze, okay, short squeeze, and a whole lot of more short squeezes, right? So what did Alex do? Nerdy Alex. I'm joking, Alex, I love you, right? So he went ahead and he built an algorithm that goes through Wall Street Bets, and it basically picks out the top 3 most discussed stocks, right? And what do we do, guys? We give that to you guys every single Sunday. So on Monday, you guys know what is happening, what is going on, what stock to keep an eye out for. And a lot of times, guys, these stocks that we mentioned, they go on huge runs, okay, guys, because a lot of people are on the Wall Street Bets and they're seeing this stock, right? They're seeing what is this about, and they get a lot of buy pressure. For example, 2 months ago, we told our Discord members, listen, guys, back then it was Discord, now it's Patreon. We told our Discord members, listen, guys, keep an eye out for TRCH. This stock is getting mentioned a lot, and I mean a lot, okay, guys? And what happened to TRCH? TRCH went from $3, guys, to $21 or $21. I don't know if this camera's inversed or not, okay? $21, guys. $21. That's over 600% growth, okay, from a short squeeze that we gave an alert to our Patreon members saying keep an eye out for. Now, earlier this week, on Sunday night, we told our patrons, listen, guys, keep an eye out for Hood. It is being mentioned a lot. Keep an eye out for AMC and keep an eye out for Exela. Okay, Exela is newest short squeeze play from the folks at Wall Street Bets. Okay, that's what they're trying to do. It's because they have shorts. It has a low market cap and everything. Okay, I discussed in other videos. Check that out as well, the Exela video. Now, with that being said, guys, the Patreon, like I said, right, we give you guys every Sunday night. We give you guys the most hyped, most talked about stocks, the 3 of them, right? We post them every Sunday night in our Patreon. Now check that link down below, guys. It also really supports me, right? Because YouTube doesn't really pay much, okay? So that really supports me and Alex as well. Now with that being said, guys, let's talk about why Netlist is doing poorly this week. Okay, so before we start talking about how red Netlist was last week, it's important to still point out that in the monthly chart, Netlist is up over 30% in 1 month. Okay, guys, that means if a month ago you put in $1, now you have $1.33. That is huge growth. Okay, guys, that is actually 30% in a month is huge, considering they had a 20% sell-off in the past weekend. Okay, so why are these sell-offs happening? Well, it's a variety of things, right? First of all, I 100% promise you guys that Google is definitely shorting the stock. It's shorting the stock heavily, and it's getting shorted over and over again because they know that the companies need the money, right? And they need their market cap to raise money in order to go through these court cases, right? And go through these lawsuits and everything, right? Now, on the other hand as well, right? I do believe that Netlist did hit the $8-ish resistance, right? And now we're going back. It looks like we're headed back down to that to, I would say, maybe $6.71 support level, right? Because it's held this support level quite well previously, right? We're up about like 5% from there, but I do see it definitely maybe, right? Depending on how Monday goes, of course, right? Because we know in the stock market, right? It's you can't really predict anything. Okay, you really can't predict anything. But I do see it going back down to that $6.70 level, right? And then maybe bouncing back up to $8 and kind of consolidating around that $8 to $10 level, right? Until we get more news regarding the lawsuit, right? Which I believe will be very, very positive news. Now, with that being said, guys, like I said, I'm coming up with a new video tomorrow regarding Netlist, right? Describing and explaining what happened with their financial earnings, what they plan on investing their money on, and what the CEO had to say regarding the matter, right? So make sure you guys, once again, ding, right? You do that. And also subscribe, okay? You guys need to subscribe so you get to see the video, all right? Now, with that being said, guys, thank you for watching. Money Talk out. Also, the link to the Patreon is down in the comments and also in the description, okay, guys? The Patreon is 100% worth it. I promise you guys. If you don't like it, just unsubscribe, okay? It's that easy, okay? Just try it for 1 month. If you don't like the results that you're seeing, unsubscribe. With that being said, guys, thank you for watching. Money Talk out.